continue with a read-through of the Vue.js.org documentation, the brand new site released recently. Lifecycle hooks. Each Vue component instance goes through a series of initialization steps when it's created. For example, it needs to set up data observation, compile the template, mount the instance to the DOM, and update the DOM when data changes. Along the way, it also runs functions called lifecycle hooks, giving users the opportunity to add their own code at specific stages. Registering lifecycle hooks. For example, the unmounted hook can be used to run code after the component has finished the initial rendering and created the DOM nodes. We import the unmounted hook from Vue, and then we pass in a function that, in this case, console logs something. There are also other hooks which will be called at different stages of the instance lifecycle, with the most commonly used being unmounted, unupdated, and unmounted. When calling unmounted, Vue automatically associates the registered callback function with the current active component instance. This requires these hooks to be registered synchronously during component setup. For example, do not do this. Set timeout, unmounted. Yeah, this won't work. So these hooks need to be registered synchronously. All right. Basically, I don't know why you would ever do this, but if you do it, it won't work. Do note, this doesn't mean that the call must be placed lexically inside setup or script setup. Unmounted can be called in an external function as long as the call stack is synchronous and originates from within setup. Okay. Lifecycle diagram. Below is a diagram for the instance lifecycle. You don't need to fully understand everything going on right now, but as you learn and build more, it will be useful as a reference. I don't know if it can be clearly seen, maybe increase the size a little bit. Render encounters component, then the setup hook is run, then the before create run hook is run, then we init the options API, we run the created hook, then does it have a pre-compiled template? No. Compile template on the fly, then we run the before mount hook, then the initial render, and we create and insert the DOM nodes. Then the mounted hook runs, and here the template is mounted. And when data changes, when the reactive data changes, we run the before update hook. Well, not we, but Vue. Like this is all done automatically by Vue in its life cycle. Well, we call in any case the before update hook. Let me pause Flux. Then we re-render and patch, which means we apply the changes resulting from the data. We run the updated hook, and then it's mounted. And eventually, when we close the window or whatever, when component is unmounted, the before unmount hook runs, and then we reach the unmounted state, and the unmounted hook runs. All right. Oops. Consult the Lifecycle Hooks API as reference. All right, so just to keep things consistent, this was a very short one, but we're gonna make one separate video for each of these topics. So leave a break and then we'll resume with the watchers.